Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at not just one, but 4 parts of the Hasbro PulseCon to be going over. First up, we're going to talk about Transformers, and there was a lot revealed during the Transformers stuff. We had a look at, there was a lot of reissues, which is great for anyone who missed them. So we have a deluxe, as shown here, Deluxe Origin Bumblebee. So it's now not a Target exclusive. We have Deluxe G2 Breakdown. So now we're close to finishing Minosaur. We got Dragstrip, and we got Dead End, and now we're just waiting for, I believe, Breakneck and Minosaur later on in the future. We got Deluxe Class Armada Universe Wheeljack, which is a newer figure like the G2 Breakdown, and then we also got Deluxe Cosmos, so now you can finally get one if you weren't able to get it during Velocitron at Walmart. And then we also had some Voyagers to show off. We had Voyager Tarn and Voyager Ramjet, which yes are reissues, but they are definitely needed for the secondary market. They've gone up quite a bit, so this is great for fans to get them. And then lastly, Leader Class reissue Galaxy Shuttle, which is great to go with your Victory stuff, and it's good to get one because they were their character, the Galaxy Shuttle, was kind of last of the wave of Velocitron, so they didn't really show up a lot here in the US. Sorry. And then we have Overcharge, Decepticon Overcharge, who is an e-hobby character that is a newer one. And as you can see, most of the stuff we talked about, I believe, in the past during the Comic-Con week when they had Into the Space Bridge and they showed off all of these as digital renders and little images of the characters. So those were all kind of things we knew were coming, along with, of course, the exclusive, which was the PulseCon exclusive Victory Dino King, which is really cool to finally get them. We kind of knew it was coming when we saw the Core Class Dinobots made, and Grimlock was a leg, and people were like, oh, I know where this is going. So really cool stuff. And then lastly, towards the end, they announced that there was going to be a studio series, Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime, which is shown here. Don't want to go into too much detail because there's a bit of spoiler there for the movie. And then they told us about the next upcoming Transformers Generation line, Transformers Generation Age of the Primes, which is really exciting, and hopefully we see more of that, about that in the future, because that will be 2025's starting line. So I'm sure they'll do, like they always do, a trilogy of toy lines, which is really cool, but they're really sticking to the whole kind of generic, not like Kingdom or Siege or Earthrise where it was Earth characters, Kingdom characters, or stuff like that, or where they try to stay to just one thing. They're trying to make it where it's still open-ended so everyone can kind of play when it comes to the different fandoms of Transformers. So that's everything that I know so far, everything that happened during PulseCon. It wasn't too heavily like showing new stuff or stuff like that. There was not very many studio series, just the Sentinel Prime, and then of course they re-showed the 2 that were popping around the internet, being the Bumblebee Alita 1 from Transformers 1. So we're building out that Transformers 1 cast really fast. Really like that. And then we of course got the information, and there was a lot of fun stuff. So, and next up we have a look at the Marvel team's set of stuff they showed off, and that was first up, the exclusive was the Kang the Conqueror deluxe box set, which comes with Kang, the throne, 2 interchangeable faceplates to make variants of him, and then some weapon accessories and some other cool stuff. And it was really cool. That was probably my second most excited exclusive of the PulseCon. And then we have a look at the Secret Wars set they pre-ordered, which was the Beyonder, Titania, Symbiote Spider-Man from issue 8, I believe it was, when he has the symbiote suit. Then Captain America, Wolverine, and Iron Man with his roller skates. And the Captain America has the cool shattered shield, and the Wolverine is the brown suit one. So this is really cool. This is a really fun little gimmick. They gave them the lenticular faceplates that change and that you could swap them out with the Secret Wars pad. Just a really cool wave altogether. I'm very excited for it. I'm hoping that it's going to be a continuation, kind of like the retro carded Spider-Man or the other retro carded stuff, because there's a lot more characters they can do from the Secret Wars that I would like to see, because it'd be really cool to get those characters out on new bodies, and or just we've never had them. So I'm really excited about that. And then lastly, they had a ready-to-order item that was in stock and shipped out after the show, and that was the last of the Spider-Man VHS 2-packs they were doing before they move either back to the X-Men or do another show. I kind of am curious if they might do a Iron Man VHS set, because I know that's another cartoon that had a VHS set, or if they'll just go back to X-Men, but just some really cool stuff. The Spider-Man and the Vulture come with alternate heads. Spider-Man comes with an unmasked head of Peter Parker and a Flash Thompson head, so that would be really cool to put on your Agent Venom if you wanted to. And then we have the Vulture with his bald head and his hair head, and it's of course the 90s cartoon version, which I really like. So this is really cool, kind of just a fun thing they put out there before they moved on to whatever else they're going to do with the VHS line. But I like putting those boxes after I open them on display because they're really cool. Besides that, the only future release they showed us one sneak peek, and that was you got to vote for Dan's favorite item, Dwight's favorite item. Dan, Dwight, or Ryan's favorite. And Dwight won, which was fun because he wasn't there, so it was kind of like exciting to see people vote for him, kind of show off his toy and spirit, because he couldn't make it to the live stream. And it was none other than, I believe, X-Force Nightcrawler, the gray and black suit one. Hope I'm saying the right version, but it's really cool. Another Nightcrawler, always a fun character to get in figure form. But yeah, that was everything they showed off with the Marvel stuff, and I'm sure we'll get more news during New York Comic Con. And in the Star Wars side of everything from PulseCon, we got a look at a large amount of stuff. First up, we're going to talk about the roleplay item that was the Armor's helmet, which they kind of showed off and had the actress who played her come and show off the helmet too. And then in the vintage collection, we got about 4 or 5 figures, one from Acolyte, one from Ahsoka, one from Andor, a little bit of everything, some New Hope reissues of Luke and Leia with their New Hope outfits, but this time instead of soft goods, they're solid plastic to kind of keep the design looking well when it comes to the clothing and the transition of the outfit and the places and stuff like that. They kind of talked about it. And then we also got a Mos Eisley Street vintage collection playset, which is for the Mos Eisley playset. If you wanted to put, sorry, there's a plane going overhead right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I just want to say sorry in advance. The Mos Eisley Street, which you can kind of put together with the Mos Eisley Cantina if you wanted to, and have like a whole big Mos Eisley sitting out, and that's kind of cool. And then we had a look at, of course, the Black Series exclusive for the PulseCon. They only had Black Series, and that was of the one they showed at Comic-Con, which was the Step and Battle Droid from the Phantom Menace and the cool Phantom Menace box. And all the images, of course, will be put up on the screen. And then in Black Series, we got a lot of ones I'm very excited about. First up is the Shadows of the Empire, I think it was, which it's the mob leader from the Black Syndicate, I think, or I can't remember the name of it. It's been so long since I read the books, but it's the Prince Zion or Zion. I'm not going to say his name right. It's been a long time, but it gives me a reason now that he's coming out to go back and read the comics, because I remember his old figure, the 3-inch one, when it came out, and how I liked that whole story of the Shadows of the Empire and the Heir to the Empire stuff, and I'm excited to see they're doing more of that. There was even a hint to a Dash Randar coming out and a Luke and Leia from that era. On the package description, or on the not on the package description, the website description when you look at the figure, so fans have their fingers crossed for that. Then we've got, of course, the Commando Droid, which is really cool from the Clone Wars. I'm very excited about it. Also Battlefront 2, if you want to kind of say it's from that part of the collection, but I think they have it set as the Clone Wars. And then we got a Clone Commander. I just know him as Cadimundis Clone Commander. I can't remember his actual name. It's he's a cool commander, but he's not on my top of clone leader named characters. I feel bad. I do like his Galactic Marines, the snow trooper looking ones, so I feel kind of bad that I don't remember his name off the top of my head. And then we got I think it was an updated New Hope. Did we get an announcement? I don't think they're up for pre-order yet, but I think we're going to get a New Hope Luke and Leia in 6-inch too, or maybe I'm wrong. And then maybe it's just Luke. And then we got a Gamers Edition character from Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know him. I haven't gotten that far in the game because I've been playing so many different games. But they're going to do his figure, and he's not got an arm in the game, so that he doesn't have an arm in the toy. So people are like, huh? And then it made sense because they talked about like with spoiler free, but he doesn't have an arm in the game, so we just didn't need to make the arm on the figure. A lot of people said they should have used the force arm. I guess there's a scene where he has a force arm, but I'm sure they'll probably do that figure again later on with that. But yeah, just some interesting Black Series stuff. The exclusive was really cool. A lot of people were upset with the price being so expensive, but it is a vehicle set, and I think that's where they kind of put the price in there for. But nonetheless, some pretty interesting Star Wars stuff. I know a lot of people were excited about it, a lot of people were disappointed by it. It was kind of 50-50, but I thought it was pretty cool. Over at G.I. Joe Classified Series, we had a look at 4 figures that went up for pre-order and 1 figure that went up for pre-order that was an exclusive. First up, the exclusive was none other than the one they showed at Comic-Con, Starduster, with his box of cereal, which looked really cool, and I'm excited to see get a toy. And then the 4 figures they showed that were mainline was that of Dreadnought Xandar, so that's really cool to finally get them. We knew they were coming. And then we got Leatherneck, really cool character to get, kind of, you know, have him with your Joes. Really exciting to finally have him with all of his accessories and stuff, and he, you know, looks enough like the classic one, so I thought that was really cool. And then we got a Saw Viper with an actual saw bayonet that can come off his chain gun and used as a like saw dagger, which was really cool, a chainsaw dagger. So I thought that was really cool, really interesting character, another really cool villain to add to your list of troopers for Cobra to command. And then lastly, Dial Tone, which is a really cool character, and they showed some awesome images of him calling in an airstrike and using his tech and everything like that. So I thought that was awesome. Kind of hoping someone might make a pager, 3D print a pager for him so he can have that, something more 80s kind of time based instead of a phone, because he does come with a smartphone. But this is, of course, you know, G.I. Joe nowadays, not back then when they did the Classified series, but I thought that would be kind of cool if someone did that. And then lastly, we had 2 digital reveals of Heavy Duty with his giant machine gun shooting machine. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it's really cool looking. It's this whole rig he puts on, comes with missiles and everything. And then Law and Order, which after we've gone like Snake Eyes and Timber and Pork Belly and his pets, and we got Crocmaster as Croc, Fiona I think is what her name was, I can't remember off the top of my head. Anytime they announce they're going to be doing a character that comes with a pet, I'm very excited. Or not so much a pet, but a companion, a friend. That's what I like to call them, like Tripwire and his rat. Law and Order, I knew was coming with his dog, and oh my god, I love this. Just already seeing that, I want it more than anything for the dog, the German Shepherd, because that's just really cool. G.I. Joe is killing it with the animal companions, and I know there's a lot of people who want to see that kind of like detail of animals kind of brought into other lines like Marvel or maybe even like Star Wars or stuff like. And there are some people who would love to just see Hasbro do animals in general, like as a National Geographic with Disney kind of thing, where they could release animal characters, and you know, they could really pour that plastic recycling / environmental stuff, windowless stuff into those animal toys, and it could kind of, you know, proceeds of buying the characters or the animals would go towards, you know, foundations that help those animals. Like say you want to build an army of elephants for some reason, you buy like 3 or 4 elephants because you want to have a small herd of them off to the side in a photo with Kraven fighting Spider-Man in like Africa. Every time you buy one of those, it can, you know, proceed to the elephant foundations that help feed elephants, take care of them, and Hasbro can kind of have that kind of helping the environment and everything like that. I think that'd be kind of cool, but that's off topic. G.I. Joe stuff overall, really exciting, really cool. I know that we didn't get to see any retro carded figures, and there was no news on the Dragonfly, so that was kind of a bummer, but overall, really interesting and cool things they showed off. And real fast, I said I'd be covering each Target week's drops in case there was anything exciting or cool, and so far everything's been really cool. This week's was Lego, and specifically Lego Disney, and it was one item. It was a Magic Sorcerer Mickey with like different characters and storybooks and the water and the effects, everything like that, kind of like a Fantasia meets Celebrating Disney kind of play set with this really cool Mickey in the middle, and then like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and Flounder and Sebastian from Little Mermaid, and Geppetto from Pinocchio, and just like Encanto with We Don't Talk About Bruno, and all these different characters around Sorcerer Mickey, which looks really cool. So it kind of reminds me of the Fantasia show that they have during the Disneyland, kind of like in the evening when you go towards Tom Sawyer Island and you're standing in front of Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. That's kind of like the Phantasmas, I think what it's called. So that's kind of what this set reminds me of. Overall, really cool looking. It was the only thing that was put up. I have the links in the description down below if you want to get it. It's not super expensive, but it is still pretty pricey because Lego, this is definitely oriented for adults, not for kids. So it's got that adult price point on it. So really cool, and I'm looking forward to whatever next Friday might be after this video airs. Kind of see what's going to be next. I'm hoping for something Hasbro, but we'll see. So Transformers Day was September 17th, which will have been yesterday, and not too much happened. A lot of people celebrated by talking about brand things that were happening, like Minecraft X Transformers. There was a company that makes protein powder and stuff like that that's going to be throwing Jetta toys inside their packs with like a little sealed container where you can kind of open up like cereal boxes. And then there was Play-Doh kind of made a little comment about it. Everyone pretty much just made posts of their brands and Transformers kind of themed things and going happy 40th anniversary to the Transformers. And a lot of people watched the first episode, which aired on the 17th in 1984, and just kind of enjoyed Transformers. And Walmart and 3ZERO worked together with Hasbro to do a little live stream, which was filled with lots of interesting items, a lot of items that had already been out, some that were newer. 3ZERO kind of talked about the things they had, and it was a nice little kind of chat and stuff like that with the fans. We did get from Hasbro the 3 Studio Series figures that have been talked about: the Alita 1 from Transformers 1 in the Studio Series Deluxe, the Bumblebee from Transformers 1 in the Studio Series Deluxe, and then the Voyager Studio Series Sentinel Prime. All 3 went up for pre-order on Hasbro. I put the links in the description down below. And it was just a fun day overall. Just a lot of people celebrating Transformers and going, wow, 40 years of the brand and it's still going strong. And there's a new movie coming out, which, by the way, don't forget to go to the theaters either on 18th tomorrow or not on the 18th tomorrow, or, between now, if you can get one of the fan ones, or if you can go on the 20th or 21st, definitely go check out the film. It is really cool. I don't want to spoil anything. I already saw it on the 14th. It was incredible. I liked it a lot. And honestly, it might have been one of the best Transformers movies. It is definitely the best Transformers movie, in my opinion, since 1986, but it's actually not even, I wouldn't say it's better, but I wouldn't say it's worse than the 86 movie, because they're so far apart, but it's right up there now with the 86 movie. I will probably watch Transformers 1 and the 86 movie just as much now, whenever, I feel like watching Transformers movie, because both were incredible. I am very excited for it. But yes, Transformers Day, really fun time. Not too many things revealed when it comes to toy news, but a lot revealed when it came to brand partnerships, which that's the name of the game now when it comes to Hasbro and Mattel, but more so Hasbro is getting out there and working with other brands to do mobile games and video games and sponsorships and stuff like that. So there was a lot of that, like the Skybound comics. They talked about that. Skybound and Image wished Hasbro and Transformers a happy 40th anniversary. It was really cool. I had a lot of fun just seeing all the stuff on social media and talking with friends about Transformers. And it wouldn't be a week without a new announced McFarlane toy. And this week we have one that I actually got interested in when I saw it, and that is of the Target exclusive Justice League of America Commander Steel. And I just like the way this figure looks. I know a little bit about the character, but I'm not a hardcore fan of the character, but this is really cool looking. It is a Target exclusive. I don't know if it's going to be part of the Target Fall Geek Out, because I think McFarlane already did something with them, and they don't usually do more than 1 week. I think it's just a general toy that is going to be released at Target at some point in the future, and it looks really cool. If you like the character, this is your chance to get him. He'll be going up for pre-order later on. We don't have a set date yet as of now, but it's really cool looking. I'm very excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to get it myself, but I might get it depending on how easy it is when it comes to Target exclusives. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get, and sometimes they have coupons, like the 25 off 50. So if you bought this guy and one other guy, it's like buy one, get one free. So very exciting, fingers crossed. And I know we talked about McFarlane already once, but some things slipped in later on. That is of Batman stuff. There are 3 Batmans that were announced. First up is a Batman Beyond different version. It's not the animated. I don't think it's the animated version. I think it's like or it might be when Bruce Wayne wore the animated suit, and then he decided he couldn't do it anymore, so he looked for someone else. Then we have a look at the Batman Noir, I think is what they're calling this one. I don't know offhand. And then lastly, the one I'm most excited about, we talked about that Silver Age Joker just last week, I believe it was. Well, now they're doing the Silver Age Batman at Ace. So this is definitely something I'm going to try to pick up to go with that Joker, to go with the rest of the Silver Age characters. I think it's really cool we're getting more of those. Just some awesome additional McFarlane toys that are Batman oriented. Because at first I was like, oh, we've gotten, some Justice League of America, some Green Lantern. I didn't see anything Batman, and boom, out of nowhere, more Batman. Really incredible stuff. Looks really cool. I'm kind of tempted for these ones. I'm trying to decide if I want to get them or not, but I know for sure that Silver Age Batman looks incredible. And in NECA toy news, we had a NECA item revealed a little bit more this week. No exact information, just them definitely talking more about it, because they talked about it during Comic-Con. As you can see here, is that of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Vacation Christmas Edition figures. And so kind of like they did a while back with NECA doing the Target exclusive / convention exclusive Turtle Tour band, where it was the Turtles in band outfits. This one is a Christmas edition. So if you're a huge fan of Christmas and you're a huge fan of Turtles, this is your chance to get them collided in one cool 4-pack with all 4 turtles, with awesome accessories like Santa hats, and of course that framed pizza, which I'm so curious to know what's going on there. I think that's really fun. A lot of cool accessories that could be used with your other movie turtles if you want them to, because this is movie live action, not cartoon animated or Archie comics. So if you're a movie fan, you like that kind of design, this is your kind of exclusive. Just a really fun, interesting, wacky exclusive. Turtles are always wacky, they always do crazy things, and this is another one of their cool, crazy things. I think it's awesome. I myself probably won't go for it, but for anyone out there who's excited about it, this is something cool for you. And like always, we like to cover some comics this week we think look incredible and kind of give you maybe a reason to go into your local comic shop and pick up comics. And first up is Boom Studios Labyrinth #1, or Volume 1. And this is a comic telling of the movie, because I know I've talked about Labyrinth before, and they did kind of an old school 80s pop art comic version, but this one is more of a artsy kind of book about the movie. But the best part was they add in parts that were deleted from the movie because they just didn't put them in, or they couldn't do them. And so when they made this comic, they put those parts in. So in a way, it's kind of like the director's cut of Labyrinth. And I'm very excited for it. And I'm hoping they might do like a 5-in-1 or 12-in-1, depending on how many issues this goes for, book, where it kind of talks about maybe extra pages that talk about things about whether they found the information and working with the Henson Company and stuff like that to get this book out there. So I thought that was really cool. And then next up is a Deathlock 50th anniversary, I believe it is, comic from Marvel Comics. And this is really cool. We haven't seen the character spotlighted in a while, and so this is a nice little way to kind of celebrate his anniversary. And I don't know where the comic is going. I didn't read too much of the synopsis, but it looks really cool. And hey, maybe this will get Marvel Legends team to reissue that Deathlock that was kind of hard for some people to get, kind of do like they did with the Silver Surfer and other stuff, because that media is out there again. And then lastly, the final comic here is part of the Venom Wars series, and it's Venom Wars #1 Lethal Protector, and it is Silver Sava and the Foundation symbiotes. The Life Foundation symbiotes are hired to kind of go like a Suicide Squad kind of moment, go in and take care of some important business, and I thought that was kind of cool. It's always fun to see those Life Foundation symbiotes get some spotlight, and not just Venom and Carnage. So I thought that was really cool. But those are the comics this week we thought looked really cool. And like always, don't forget to go to your local comic shop, pick up your comics, and support your local comic shop. In today's Creative Corner, we have a look at someone who has some really cool custom dioramas and awesome stuff for about 1/12 scale figures and other scales. And that is of DJS_dioramas on Instagram. And as you can see, their stuff is incredible. We've got a city street sidewalk, and they even put in the details of like a bird's nest in one of the trees that they made. We also have this really cool loading dock that I have an image here of, with the cool like kind of slash alleyway feel. And then we have a look at a crater that they made, which craters are always fun to make when you're doing dioramas, and this one looks really cool. And then lastly, they make the stone birds or eagles that they have like for Batman and Spider-Man to stand on, and just some really cool stuff. They're not quite above they're about 8K followers. I feel like they need a lot more than that if you're a toy collector, if you're a customizer and you want a cool diorama to put your figures on and you need some inspiration, or if you want to contact them about it. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. As someone who loves dioramas and terrain and figure related stuff, they also do like little accessories. Like there's this really cool hearth slash fireplace with medieval themed like artifacts and stuff all around that I have imaged here. There's a lot more to see. Like always, I just want to give you a little taste of what they have. Go to their page, give them follows, give them loves, give them likes, all that stuff, and just kind of check out their stuff on your own. Just some really cool stuff. I'll have the link to their profile in the description down below, so you can just click on it. Hopefully it takes you right there and you can check out their stuff. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.